Hey guys, Dr. Nate here, and you know what I try to do on this channel? I try to inform you about all things dental, orthodontics, business, anything kind of dentistry related or an office related. And I'm putting out new videos every single week. So if you have any value in this, or you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. So today what I'm going to talk to you about is the age-old debate for all of my patients, or many of my adult patients, is what should they do? Should they do braces? Or should they do Invisalign? All right, guys, so I wanna go over the 4 kind of ways I'm gonna help you decide if you think Invisalign or braces is a better option. Just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna mainly compare clear braces to Invisalign, just so it's more easy. All right, guys, so let's talk about time. So let's talk about treatment time, how fast you can get started, anything time related when it comes to Invisalign or braces. So with Invisalign, I know I've done a video on this previously, Invisalign is a process to get started. So say you have everything done, you've seen your dentist, you have all your cavities filled, you had your cleaning, we can take an impression, whether that be a virtual impression or actually with material, and send it off to Invisalign. Even in probably the best case scenario, you're gonna get the trays back in 4 weeks. I'd say that's pretty quick, maybe up to 6 weeks. And by the time you come in, get everything kind of put on and all that stuff, depending on your schedule, my schedule, and everybody's schedule, you know, it takes, 4 to 6 weeks is pretty average, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. So it takes a little while to get started. So say you want to move your teeth like today. You're like, I have my consult, I'm ready to go, let's do it. Even if you took the impression today, you're not gonna start moving your teeth at all for at least 4 to 6 weeks with Invisalign. Braces, totally different. If you say you come in and you're like, cool, Dr. Nate, this is great. I want to start straightening my teeth right now. Everything's gonna be amazing. I'm excited. We go, cool. We literally put on the braces that day. You put in the wire that day. Your teeth start moving that instant. So there's a huge difference in time to start. So braces is by far a faster way to get started. Invisalign always takes longer. That's the nature of Invisalign. Some people think they can come in and walk out with Invisalign, and that does not happen. With Invisalign, the overall treatment most of the time is longer with Invisalign than braces. That is most of the time, not all the time. I think active treatment with Invisalign is actually sometimes quicker if it's just a minor tooth movement. And when I say quicker and active treatment time, I basically mean from the time that you get your trays to the time that you're finished. I still think braces is always quicker because there's no lapse in time. So say you want to start right now, you're gonna get, and it's a really easy treatment, and it's gonna take a couple months, you're gonna get done in a couple months. With Invisalign, you want to start right now, you don't get your trays for a couple months, and then you can start and get your treatment done. The total treatment time is faster with braces, but the active treatment, the time that you're actually in treatment, can be shorter with Invisalign if it's something really easy. If you have to do a lot of rotations, you want to close the spaces, you want to work on your bite, all these other different kind of treatments, braces is always faster. Invisalign, there's always these kind of refinements and stuff you need to do. So let me talk to you about refinements as well. So most of the time when you get through say you need a treatment for 12 to 18 months with braces or Invisalign. With braces, you just put the braces on, we're going through the whole process, we're wearing rubber bands, all that stuff, eventually get your braces off. Invisalign, most of the time, it's different. Most of the time what Invisalign will do, they will give us maybe 6 to 8 months-ish worth of trays, and then we take a look and we see, hey, how are things going? Most of the time they're going pretty well, but they're not quite perfect. It looks really good, but not quite done. And then we'll take another impression, call that a refinement. And sometimes if you don't go the full way, you might call it mid-course correction, but we do a refinement. And then same thing, we wait for a couple months to get the new trays back, and then we finish off your treatment. So that's why sometimes I think Invisalign just takes a little bit longer. Not necessarily the treatment takes longer, but there's a lot of waiting involved, and you're just kind of waiting on some trays. All right, so we've got the time down. Let's talk to you about aesthetics. And I really don't think there's much debate here. Invisalign, way more aesthetic than braces. This right here, I know it might be even hard to see in the screen, but these are clear braces, and this is Invisalign. Clear braces work the exact same way as metal braces. They're just clear. Sometimes made of a crystalline structure, porcelain kind of structure, but they're more aesthetic. There's also a third option, which I don't do, called lingual braces, and that's on the inside of your teeth. And that's like a kind of a total different ballgame, so I'm not really going to talk about that much. But I think if you're going for the most aesthetic option, I think hands down Invisalign is going to be better. Yeah, you may have some attachments on your teeth, and what that is, that's just kind of this composite or this like glue type material that will put on some of your teeth to help the tooth latch onto the tray better. But I still think no matter what, Invisalign is going to be a little bit prettier. All right, which one's easier? Is braces easier or Invisalign easier? And most of the time Invisalign, it's the adults going to get Invisalign. So I always ask them, hey, have you had something earlier? Did you have braces earlier? Did you have retainers? If so, did you wear them? And that is a good gauge for me on how good these patients are going to be. If they had no braces or anything like that, cool, I can't really tell. If they had braces and they wore the retainer for a week and then threw them out, they may or may not be a great candidate for Invisalign, because Invisalign is way harder to use than braces. Braces, we glue the braces on your teeth. Yeah, you're putting some rubber bands in, do all these other things. But in general, the wires and us, we, the orthodontist, and the wires and the braces are doing the majority of the work. The rubber bands, you can have them in both cases, so it doesn't really matter. I think that's kind of a moot point. With Invisalign, you have a lot more work, because with Invisalign, you need to wear this basically all day, every day. You say 22 hours a day, but you want to wear these things as much as you possibly can, because if you don't, the results aren't going to be as good. To wear these things, you need to take them off every time you're eating, brushing, flossing. So you're taking these things on and off a lot. Every time you take them off, you eat, you drink, you brush, you do whatever, you need to brush your teeth, brush these things back, and put them back in. And you're doing that 8-ish times a day, times however many days you have it. It is way more work to do Invisalign than it is to do braces. Some people, though, they just kind of get in the groove and they think it's not a big deal. They take them out, they have their case, they're good. I just think it's quite a bit more work, but the results can be very similar depending if you're doing Invisalign or braces. A lot of the times, I'd say the results are pretty darn close. I do think braces get you a little bit better result because you can be very, very precise with them, but I think the results are pretty similar. Which one costs more? And you know what? I've actually had some comments recently saying that sometimes their Invisalign has cost less, which I've almost never heard of. The only reason sometimes Invisalign would cost less is if the dentist is trying to get you to maybe do something else, or they have some crazy special, or they don't do braces really, so they're going to do Invisalign instead. It's not comparable, because Invisalign's lab fee is literally 10 times the cost of braces. So you can't possibly have the same cost for Invisalign than you have of braces, unless for some reason that office is just mainly an Invisalign office and they don't really care, they just want to do Invisalign. But the majority of the time, Invisalign is going to cost quite a bit more than braces. And most of the time, the down payments and all those types of monthly payments are going to be more for Invisalign than they are for braces. The most affordable option to move your teeth is almost all the time going to be metal braces, just the basic metal braces. Then it goes to clear braces, then to Invisalign, which is the highest cost. All right, guys, so there you have it. That is the comparison of braces versus Invisalign. Let's review just a little bit. Okay, so let's talk about time. Time to get started, always faster with braces. It's just inevitable. You need to take impressions, send them off, get all the stuff. It's going to take at least 4 to 6 weeks to get your Invisalign trays. Overall active treatment sometimes can be similar, but I still think braces is going to be quite a bit quicker. Aesthetics, Invisalign is going to win that every single time. Invisalign looks pretty. You have some attachments on the teeth, but in general, it looks way, way better than clear braces. Although I think clear braces can make some people look really young, which is sometimes what they want. Let's talk about finances. Finances, the vast majority of the time, Invisalign is going to be more expensive than braces. Probably your most affordable option is going to be metal braces. Those are going to give you the most kind of bang for your buck. And lastly, ease of use. Ease of use, definitely braces over Invisalign. Invisalign, you're taking them on and off, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day, brushing your teeth, brushing these things back. And braces, definitely easier to use, but cleanliness wise, would definitely be Invisalign, because you do the same thing. Take them off, brush, floss, do everything, and your teeth can be nice and pretty, nice and clean. So which option is right for you? Well, that depends. Do you want something that's more aesthetic like Invisalign, or do you want something that's glued on your teeth where you don't really have to worry about it as much? Do you want to be able to clean your teeth better? That would be Invisalign. Do you want to get started a little bit quicker? That would be braces. Do you want to pay a a little bit less, that would also be braces. If you want a great result, that can probably be both of them. All right, guys, so that is the comparison between Invisalign and braces. Once again, my name is Dr. Nate. You know I'm putting out videos every week, so please subscribe if you want to learn about anything to do with dental, ortho, business, anything in the dental field. I'm going over all of that stuff. I put out videos weekly. Please subscribe. Please leave comments below. You know I'm trying to answer all these comments. I'm trying to do my best. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon.